Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pecheneg Manichean Nomad series, which once again we got a new Khan, and it is a brother of the previous Khan. This is Khan Seplav. I mean, I wasn't sure how to pronounce that, which again, Pecheneg name. Where's my old half-brother, Khan Konel the Strong, died bedridden and infirm at 53. Well, I start off at the age of 42, which is, considerably, well, about to turn 43 the next month. Where, yeah. I'd like to be seen as publicly pious. Yeah, I mean, I may not gonna have a lot of years for this rule, so I think it would be for our best to try to keep this together. Especially in that last episode where we fought a series of defensive wars. One was a minor clan uprising here, and another was an attack by the Abbasids. And another, which came from the Uyghurs, who are now Slavic pagans and not Tengrists. What the heck? Where did they get that from? Aha! It's because of a concubine who happens to be Slavic pagan. And it says, you know what, concubine? I decide to convert to your faith. But it'll be short-lived, as it'll revert back to Tengrism. They don't have much in the way of levies, as they are nomads, but not tribal. And there was this piece of land we used to have, which I would love to go get that one day. But we need to assemble the council. Wait, his rule began literally today. This is his first day. The Astabad, despite the fact that you have cancer and you are a dwarf who has cancer, you will be the Astabad. Chamberlain. Well, he's getting sick too, so it'll be for you. At least you two aren't malcontents. My goodness, do I have a counselor full of Jews? Wow. You're not Jewish, obviously. Manichean. His powerful vassal. And a court physician who owes me a favor. I'll repay that in a moment. Now, you may notice of why is the capital not on Sarajug anymore, and instead you move to the Volga, which is currently rampant with disease. We'll deal with that in just a moment. In fact, it does go up to Donetsk. It's been around for a couple of months, so this is a new disease, so we probably should not be here. We should get out of here. We can't move back to Sarajug because only nomads can move their capital to counties with an empty primary holding slot. Quite honestly, we should not be living here. So I suggest you better pack up and leave. As much as I like to live here, but it still has a Khazar population. There's no Pechenegs here. And we can't return to Sarajug. There is that. But boy, what I would do to live in these areas with these good resources. And I do want to make a little bit of income from the said resource, so we can't get money from the silver mine anymore. Those days are over. So, we're moving to Unzenz. It's excellent grazing land, but it has a rebellious province. So, you will not be able to change your capital again for 206 months. 206 months. So, we are here now. Can't go back to the old swampy home of ours, so now we live in the steppe. Happy to live in open country. You know, it's got wheat fields. while we're still in the middle of building craftsman quarters. Which again, the reason why it took so long for the capital movement delay modifier is because of the camp fortifications, the Odu. Yeah, pretty much those. Don't want to live in a Volga when there's a disease around. Especially that it's a rather unstable place. So I have to order you to your new home. To get back over here, then we'll get right to it. Even though I feel uncomfortable being next to the kind of Volga, Bulgaria, which has been getting larger recently, but not large in the sense of population, but they do have a lot of clans, which one day we have to start fighting in wars against them, particularly for these areas where they're steppe. There's a lot of good open land. Because one day we gotta get our max population up. You know, the total population is 18,000. But if we were to go to areas like, say, Sogdia, which again, you cannot start those kind of subjugation wars because, one, you gotta have a population of 10,000 in order to subjugate them, which would be a good idea. What does? The other alternative is the subordination of a place like Khorasan, for example. One day we would get to Sogdia, and then we'd be in Bukhara, and then you'd be in Samarkand, which that place is, good God, pistachios in Samarkand? Well, they do stack. But beware. They may look like a powerful enemy. But try not to worry. It seems the idea of going to what we used to call Samarkand and Sogdia proper as the Promised Land. But it'll do. But in the meantime, also got to appoint an advisor, which has to be a powerful vassal. Yes. And you'll be the designated regent. And please guard my things. Because Lord knows, Zurvan knows, how many of our artifacts have been stolen away because of those bastards. Those bastards who have no respect. No respect for us. Oh, anyways. So the heir for now is my other brother, who is 2 years older than me, Patron, because he's got the prestige. But by all rights, it should be my nephew, the son of Konel. Whenever he turns 16, we'll give him all the honors that he needs. And knowing he's going to get a martial education, there might be others for him. But I hope he can recover from his wounds and his other things, but he'll live. I can assure that. Oh, now another thing we have not done is to choose a patron angel. What do I like in skill? Well, I'm also out of patience, so don't worry about that. It affects still. Okay, just this one, since I want to be seen as publicly pious. speech publicly seen as pious, so I shall pick Asha Vaishta truth. Asha Vaishta. That's how you say it in Evastan language. And now I shall choose a Shekinah. I went for piety for one. Anything else? Oh, just pick one. I'll focus upon Rihanna. No, Rayana. Rayana or intelligence. In my focus. Well, knowing I'm a man of much principles, this would lower my diplomacy skill a little further again because of where I am these days, but I'd love to get rid of that craven trait, and that's probably the #1 reason. But I'm thinking there are probably other ways to get rid of that. Huh. Is it possible to hold grand hunts as a Manichean? I know Zoroastrians can hunt, but what about Manicheans? Yes, you can. And it don't cost much either. Alright then. 2 things. One. Let me see. I knew there's something missing. Ah yes, search domain for resource. At least one domain province or nomadic capital lacks resources. Oh, so you can't do that. So, say if I was to live in the Volga, I would have searched for resource. But if I were to put that in, say, Ural, then I would have looked for it. Come on. So, now we gotta bury my predecessor by leaving the body outside to be consumed by nature. I was gonna go hunt, but I remind myself, your great brother, your great half-brother, who helped defend the country. Let's give him a proper sky burial. And then go on a grand hunt, which will find that white bear out there. Without any heirs of his own, it falls upon me to take my brother to the mountains. He will be offered to the birds of prey, and in death he will generously share his flesh of all living creatures. May his spirit soar into the heavens. I shall take it to the mountains myself. You know, he was a hero that passed away, and there is a lack of heroes, so I can just promote without having to challenge anybody. And I could choose the military aspect too. Whatever could be useful for us. I recently inherited an eye from Khan Konel. You've probably seen better days, Master. The god tells me before continuing. We are sorry to bother you with this. We weren't sure whether to get rid of it or not. Ceramic trinket. Oh, you got enough cluttered artifact. For sentimental reasons, I could have someone look it over. After reaching the mountains, you carefully place the body in what I deem a good location. I can already hear the vultures soaring above me as I perform the necessary rituals. When I start to make my way back down, it doesn't take long until the vultures begin to tear at the flesh with both beak and claw. You are with the radiant Jesus now. My son is lustful, but he's hair-lipped. Again, not the man that I would want if he was to lead a Khanate whenever I pass. Young civilized developing an arbitrary streak. It's showing more clearly every day. she should show more ambition. But she didn't. Thank you very much. Now I'm one of the heroes. Attractive but uncouth. Oh yeah, that was from the Yugas. He has not been betrothed yet. I think I found someone for you. Not these, not my daughter yet. We don't want any of that. Despite the good traits. So just thought about her only because she's good looking. Be a proper fit for you, proper match. Don't worry, more clans will be created as we now have an interest in dealing with Volga, Bulgaria. This is the whole Volga, Bulgaria. Subordinate this whole area rather than Samara. Take a big chunk out of that, then that's a lot of step. And we'll create a new clan from there. Just an idea. But wait until they get back here. Matters of life and death. With age comes wisdom, they say. Or at least may change the questions we ask him out of myself. I've had trouble sleeping lately, more often than not. While the rest of my court is sound asleep, I find myself staring at the ceiling. I am getting older, each day closer to leaving this plane of existence. It is folly to fear such things, of course. Yet, I cannot keep these feelings at bay. Didn't you used to dream of grander things? What about carving your own path? What happened to your ambitions? You slept straight, but this is ridiculous. You're the ruler. You have people ready to serve you at any whim. Perhaps your councils of ideas. If nothing else, it might ease your trouble sleeping. Summon the council. Summon the secret meeting. Invite only. A white hart has been seen in the north of Luzins. I'm told it is a heart of 10 and the biggest deer ever seen. Well, remember, you want to be seen as pious? I find no joy in killing such a proud animal. Staying on is not a warrior's blood. Hence I invite you to aid against my enemies. I promise to put in a good word at the lodge based on your participation in war. I am certain that partaking in the war will steady your aim for future hunts. Oh, good God. Where do they get those amount of troops? An adventurer. Turkmen who has been converted to Zoroastrianism. I have other matters to attend to as I become interested in Volga, Bulgaria. Lately. The meeting of the minds. My council convenes, and the faces of my advisors speak of confusion. Why are we here, my lord? It comes of a hint of concern. I sit down and the suspense is almost tangible. As I leave the questioning in the air, I finally speak without disclosing much of my current nightly restlessness. I convey the message eloquently enough. I want to discuss the concept of life and death, and I want to look into everlasting life. They nod slowly. So what do you think? The spirit rises in the room as my council start to talk, some hesitantly, some gesturing wildly. They all have ideas. Well, friend, Have Elteber says gold to organize a search party. My Arans Babed Elteber has go arrange a realm-wide search for any person in possession of knowledge in the matter. He seems doubtful regarding the whole new, but maybe a healthy dose of skepticism is just what the job requires. Alright, she's right. Wish she were Manichean. Show bravery to inspire others. Wish I was brave. I am such a good hunter that I do not always need my retinue when I hunt. There's a large pack of wolves ahead, and they look hungry. Well, I am craven. Naturally, I would just go for that option. The art of traits, but I need more warm pelts for the winter. 50% chance that nothing happens to me. 10% chance that I get prestige. There is a 25% chance that I might get wounded. 10 that I may get maimed and severely injured. And 5% chance that I might die. But I'll be getting prestige nonetheless. I like those odds. Khan Sevlav has ascended to heaven at age 43. He died in an accident, never succeeding to make a name for himself. Sevlav's most notable deed was participating in the construction of great works which you'll never see finished, such as that temple over in the Sarijuk. And now Khan Batan, a formidable duelist. We expect to excel him in tournaments and personal combat alike. Long live Khan Batan. 5% chance that Sevlav would die, and he died. How long was his reign? And this was his last order. Oh dear, this man's terrible. You've lost the man who has a lot of potential, one of the greats, and he was a hero. And his last words was, I like those odds, and he got killed by wolves. I don't know, Grand Hunt. He didn't even last 2 months. 3 days short of 2 months. That was a horror. Now, there's another brother. This other and the others. All of them do not like me. Plus, he was a good brother of mine. But I am brave. Not to mention a little fat because I'm a glutton. Which of course it's not healthy. But there is a way. There is a way. Gotta assemble the council again. But I am zealous. Huh. I was never married the whole time. Well, neither is he. And neither is... Well, Batas is married. Also not married. Plus, none of them are military men. Hell, I'm not even in the warrior lodge. Now, listen, there is a way to get rid of these bad traits, particularly gluttonous. There is a way. And that life in the warrior lodge, I don't think it's for me. Since you wish to be seen as virtuous, there is one society. The Army of Light. There is a shortage of members here. So, I should join. Only because I want to be virtuous. Get rid of gluttonous. Since there is no monastic society for Manicheans, well then, here's this sort of thing. Greetings, Khan. I am the Grand Master of the Army of Light. I have received your application to join our order and have decided to accept you as a non-ordained member. Due to your situation, you will not be bound by an eternal oath to Zurvan. For all intent and purpose, you will have similar rights and powers compared to a member of the clergy. For Zurvan. As a reminder, what is the Army of Light? This holy order. The Manichean faith has always been a sort of choir sung by the prominent figures of other religions like Jesus, Zoroaster, or Buddha, taking parts of each beliefs to form a unified whole. However, this is seen as a great heresy by all the infidels, who will not hesitate to kill and purge all trace of Manichaeism. The Army of Light will protect the spiritual world from the heathen, who will live in darkness created by their greed. Yes, I am fat. I am gluttonous. I'm proud. I am not proud of what I have been. For far too long, I've been strayed, and I've come to join the Army of Light to, hopefully, be better of myself. There are ways. Should take up theology for a while. I know I lack learning, so... Actually, what difference does that make? I think what you should be more concerned about is diplomacy. So, go for Vohu Mana, the good mind, but that would lower my intrigue. Well, that's kind of tough. We'll go for Vohu Mana. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's all 5 traits. But I need to get rid of the simple ones, either by the theology focus or by taking the military training, which will give you 100 further. And don't forget to be doing such missions. I could patronize art, which religious artwork is important to the Manichean faith. Mani himself was known as the artist, and Manichean rulers would donate their wealth to support the creation of new artistic works. Domain tax modifier. 1 second. Does that really matter? It don't cost much, but I'd be willing to be known as the patron of the arts. And we should begin preparations for the Behemoth this next spring. Have a look at the plots. Now it's time to take my brother up to the mountains, which, again, he was killed by wolves after a rule that only lasted for 2 months. Did not make a significant impact in any way. Other than he said he wants to be pious, but now he'll never get that wish. But bearing in mind, I am brave and I'm a trained fighter, a tough soldier, but I don't want to live a life of a rowdy warrior. From the warrior lodge. So this is what happens when you have appalling learning. Actually, not anymore. No longer out of patience. Okay, good. It went away. My tireless spy master approached me recently with a suggestion that sent me a cold shiver down my spine. As I lack a male heir, I could take the decision to fake one using subterfuge and a big lie to be assured that my bloodline will continue in the future. Aghast at first upon hearing such suggestion, now I toy with my spy master's idea. It is something to consider. So you have a decision of an intrigue menu called Forge Bastard's Son that, if chosen, may solve your dynastic problems, if there are any. Yes, you are the title claimant. I have recently inherited a homeless sapling from Concept Love. It is not in good shape. Oh, you must pay to maintain it. It's a must-have for anyone. You are with Prophet Sham now. And I hope that my life doesn't get cut short. Gosh, this whole thing. This whole silly thing. Those monthly expenses. It's because of Patron of the Arts, and also some nomadic tax from the current population, and unused manpower. My dedication to religious pursuits has been noticed around the realm. Among others, it has quite impressed Chief Tirak of Koshiga. We've maintained a correspondence on various religious and philosophical matters for some time, and I find it rapidly becoming good friends. Our common interest binds us together. I do have the diplomacy skill for it, so follow the policy of integration. If you want to strike, you gotta raid. I may have some skill of it to lead, but I must, because that's for the morale of the armies. Take the right, take the left. Raid these areas. Just raid most of them, so that way we can weaken them, and then we'll start that subordination war against them. Because we're not making as much money as we used to, because I'm a patron of the arts. So it's a little more than a good idea. Click, you dummy. So we'll raid there, to there, and there. Especially these areas. I'm sure we can do it. Let's go for it. And then we'll celebrate the Bema feast this spring. This is one of my nephews from my brother. Don't forget about him. One day that boy's gonna be special, should he recover from his infection. You didn't click on raid. Alright, off we go. It's a delight for the eyes to look at it. She is so comely. That's so. She's a bit, you know, paranoid. Greetings to you, Light Seeker Patron. I am currently in a search for an instructor to assist in learning me about knighthood in the matters of warfare. Could you spare some of your previous time to help a fellow member of the Army of Light? I would be grateful if you could help me become a better man to serve Zurvan. Alright, a Persian who serves in the Army of Light, who is the Aranspabed and the court physician, and the heir to the Army of Light. I shall train you, as I have some degree of experience. You are a bad man, so I've accepted to teach the Light Seeker about warfare, how to live life as a Light Seeker of the Army of Light. One can only teach things that he himself know about. What are you going to teach him about? How to be less sinful. It is time to start Light Seeker Manichean training. There is several ways to train a man, and a few come to mind. Not all of them are the best of ideas. Your people may choose not to follow through. If no significant result is shown after a while, it'll hurt your credibility. Let us begin with some meditation. It's a suggestion. Now we're gonna get one of them. So cool. Lack of exercise and frequent snacks are turning young Timir into a stout young man. I wouldn't mind him being sturdy, but you need to be gregarious. Well, it's because of the affection. You shouldn't really be dour. You should get out more and talk to people. He actually became sturdy. Well, whatever is healthier. But, you haphazard brute shall carries over the hills, where I'm fighting a close battle alongside my personal guards. In the distance, I see enemy reinforced coming. Listen, I begin, my soldiers. Follow your gut, or mine. I can have experimentally and can use deceitful and flexible combat tactic levels. Why not be a trickster? Alright, Demir. This will make you brave. But there's also a chance you might be stubborn as well. And he got both. That's kind of too many traits for him now. Let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's all 5 traits. Well then. Okay. Knowing you're a man of martial principles suggests you train alone. Now, we've begun preparations for the Bema Feast to celebrate the life and death of Prophet Mani. I send out messengers with invitations to my vassals, all expected to come and honor Zurvan. This year will be very special. It is customary to fast and religious reflection before the start of the Bema Feast. Will you take part in this tradition? I need to stop being gluttonous. So, here's that chance. I will fast for a week. Yes, practice temperance. And whatever health penalty that I gotten, it'll be worth it. I will practice temperance and hopefully lose some weight. Guests arrive from villages throughout the realm to celebrate the Bema Feast and whose ends. The festivities is almost ready to begin. Excellent. Singing of hymns. The Bema Feast starts with the singing of various hymns that celebrate the return of spring, the life and death of the Prophet Mani, and the battles the forces of light have won over the armies of darkness. All those gathered raise their voices to the gods, a chorus of faith and beauty that touches the soul. It's my favorite part. Only the elect, those who are devoted to the Manichean faith, are invited to take part in a ritual meal, which both symbolizes the life of Mani and the theology of the Manicheans. To take part is a great honor and glory. Now the presentation of the Azang. The Azang, or the picture book, is a work painted by Mani himself. which depicts the Manichean theology in simple terms so that even the uneducated can read and understand the faith. The book rests on the bema till the feast is over, after which the priest recites sermons from it and absolves the sins of those attending. Praise be to Sirvan. Suggest you send under the waterfall. As the feast is over for now, another celebration of light to drive back the darkness. My troops ransacked the encampment and they uncovered an interesting relic that he had hidden away there. A bow. What bow? A bow. A well-crafted bow. Whereas I have a silver-hilted composite bow that was from my father long ago. Now you gotta raid this tribal holding here. And then we'll move up there and raid here. Up there, raid here. And then raid there and that tribal holding too. And then we'll raid its capital, then raid there. And then we'll declare that subordination war for Volga, Bulgaria, to take a large chunk of land out of them. As long as it's good for the total population of all of us as a whole. Send him. Surprised you haven't gotten sick yet. For now. Suggest friendly competition. Although, quite honestly, I don't think I should be doing those demonstrated things. We're trying to make him a better man. My horde swarms into the holding as the walls crumble and fall. They are intent on plundering, but won't go ahead unless either Khan gives the permission to do so. Or we need a little bit more population. So bring back spoils to me, we'll have it divide between us. Next place. What am I missing? I'm sure we've taken... Oh yeah. Should do. Remember, this is the raid party. I believe our training sessions together are at an end. You've taught me well, and I thank you for it, that I am a changed man. I sure hope you are. I mean, after all, you are a warrior monk. Always glad to help a fellow member Army of Light. Now he's no longer wrathful. Oh, now I could wish the same for me. What? I'm backing that plot? Oh god, no, no, no. Stop. That's my spy master. This opportunity to prove my mettle in combat has opened my eyes to my true potential as a warrior. My personal combat skills are improving. May the radiant Jesus guide my heart, hand, and steel. Well, we've done it. You killed... I backed that plot. But fortunately, we do have another master schemer. He's been here for a while. I recognize his name. Does that make me a killer? No. Because you helped back plot. Just an idea. No. Save your karma. My creative spy master discreetly suggests he's willing to help me finding dirt on Atibabota in the Kudsito in order to gain a political leverage to further my goals. If I gain the upper hand over this counselor, he'll owe me a favor forever while he's in the council, and I'll be able to manipulate him as I wish. I'm not a deceitful man, but I'm above these tricks. So I want to be known for my virtue. So, man is claiming to be one of the leaders of the rebels. Comes one night to see me. I received him, and he proceeds to tell he's willing to betray the rebels for purse of gold and an invitation to be part of my court. My spies tell me he is not the most trustworthy of men. I agree to the man's proposal. We'll get our money through raids and the Silk Route. Don't hear. We're not gonna get any money out of that. We're just here to cripple their infrastructures and all that. River crossability up to the forest. It is no matter. They captured it, didn't they? Yep, Sogdia did take it all. They did take Jean and Sarjo. And there is a female ruler there. Now, will become my vassal. Revolt against the rule of Jimut the Vengeful. From Vergana. The only issue is it's not connected, but will become my vassal. Just an idea. So again, we're only focused on here. We'll deal with the Sogdians some other time. Because if we want to, would love to fight that war, but again, don't have 15,000 in population. But subjugation, you need 10,000. And it is growing bit by bit. You know, some of that is going to manpower. But there is room. That'll increase the Nomad tax. Which again, man of patron of arts. Gee, they've been growing a lot lately. That's the reason why we gotta cripple them. I've been cheated. I was a victim of a scheme to cheat were my funds. The man who was supposed to betray the rebels got away with my gold while giving me false information about the rebels, and I contributed to increase the funds available to them. Should have known. But instead, you be Mr. Idiot. King of Sogdia, Khorasan. Well, they do follow Galvakind succession rules. You ain't gonna be around for long. A non-aggression pact with future independent Khorasan instead of Sogdia. That might be a good idea, so we'll agree to that proposal, so that means we will not attack Sogdia. That's fine, because I already have interest to that over there. Good looking. Krucha. Hey, maybe, who knows? Like, say, if he doesn't like this one, he can always have another. Wait, how old are you? Oh, he'll be turning August next month. They do have camp fortifications, but nothing else. There are many mysteries in the Manichean faith. It might be interesting to spend some time delving into the old texts of the Evangelion. I will dedicate more time reading these scriptures. But remember, when the going gets tough, get the Army of Light. When we fight against these nomads up there. Fight against these Bulgars. You better pay up. You even got the guy's mother. I'm a respected commander now. Caught the Jamog of Khorasan, trying to steal one of my artifacts. Well, what do you have over there? Star chart. Are you a member of the Great Trade League? No Ring of Honor. Guess you must have inherited from previous owners, unless you've been raiding, which he's known for that. So he could have done something like that. How much you willing to pay? 70. Well, don't steal again. That's my last warning to you. Don't steal again. Bishop Volga. So that's what we call our people here. Bishops. As compared to, you know... She excelled in her studies. Wish you were Manichean. Now, in the past few months, I've spent many nights reading the Evangelion. The texts contain many wisdoms and can also give hints to the most important mysteries of the Prophet Noah. These sacred texts illuminate me. Hey, 1 second. Oh, I can actually move back to Zarijuk because I need those silver mines again. Well, we're going back to our old home. Yeah, would rather make a lot of silver money because that gives you a lot more coin. migrants split. It's a small migration Volga, while their next door neighbor, Aktuba, gets medium migration. Yeah, go back to where you came from. God dang it. As much as we'd like to integrate, but some of them is just, you gotta go back to where you once came. I'm tired of you causing trouble in our lands. %70 increase. See that big jump of money? Thanks to the silver mine. You lose. Population increases almost 10,000. Enough to, if we ever wanted to in future, subjugate all of Sogdia, and they'll all serve under us, and then I would subsequently try to fight a war to get Samarkand and Bukhara, Nakshab, truly the whole of Sogdia, and then we'll maybe, possibly, if we wish, settle there, or I mean, I know most of them are Zoroastrians, but I'm sure would be able to appoint, you know, some people who would be of our faith, rather than, you know, who they are. Whenever he passes, of course, because he's got the gout. He isn't going to be around much. We already got, yeah. And this one's gonna lead Sogdia. My goodness. They got their hands full, so they're not gonna bother us anytime soon while we do our thing. Now to the capital. That nomadic capital of theirs. I've been waiting for someone to teach you about Night for quite some time. Somebody answered my call. Oh, it's him. Yeah, we'll step forward to help me purge myself of sins. I already got rid of gluttony, but getting rid of proud seems like a good idea. We killed his horde. Now, so we're gonna mess with this place. Hopefully. Lately, it seems I've heard nothing bad about it, from whispers of competence in court to documents from his corrupt slip under my bedroom door at night. I refused to believe at first, but in the end I could not deny the weight of the evidence and was forced to remove the Etibert from his position at court. That's because he didn't do nothing. I'll put you down. You seem like a reasonable man. By the way, who's been educating our brother? Oh, me. I've been doing that. I just want to make sure. Light CK Manichean. Think I should spend time in meditation. Think about it. What an auto advice. Listen to me. I'll follow his advice. He has finished his education in the ways of the Lord. Seems he's learned all the basic skills required. Here's a little health boost for you. And now they call you the Wolf. Yes, he is the Wolf Man. He is at court, you dummy. Appoint him as a commander. There's potential in him. Oh, where is he? Man. Oh, by the way, you recovered from your wounds. That's good. That's very good. This character's rumored to have blood of wolves running through his veins. In addition to his health, now he has the personal combat skill and a little bit of that martial art. But there's still room for improvement. As Nali is one of the commanders. You see, regarding prestige gain. He will be the Yabgu. By tradition, the title of Yabgu is bestowed upon the second highest member of the ruling clan, often a brother of a Khan. It carries a great deal of respect. Well, good luck with that title. Because you may never know. One day, you will be the Khan. It's been foretold by some, particularly your father. Your father thought of you as being a future Khan. But you gotta beat out my other brothers, who aren't as prestigious as far as accomplishment is concerned. But as we remind you one more time, under Nomad succession, the son or brother with the most prestige normally inherits. For prestigious clan leaders also stand a chance that their population is bigger than the Khagans. Wrong culture characters are disqualified, and adults have precedence over children. If the Khagan's primary heir is still a child, the Khaganate is lost one of the clan chiefs. Clan chiefs of more prestige than the heir gets claims on the Khaganate. Only males can inherit. Such a large horde. Perhaps you should pray so Zervan will show you the way. I'll definitely follow that advice, as I am already zealous. Starting to think Uzbek might fancy me. What do you mean? It's not appropriate to comment like this. It's a Mazdan thing, I guess. But I guess I'll make a move. My training is over. I've endured a lot more or less relevant training techniques from my instructor, but in the end it was worth it. I'm better prepared for the hardship ahead, but I can always improve. No longer proud. All better to serve Zervan. Yeah, it's good to be the Khan. Did what I did. Yes, I pushed you too hard. Hey, it pays well to be an advisor. My reputation as a formidable raider has spread even faraway lands. People speak when the name Patron is hushed tones, fearing that induced so might invoke him like a vengeful god and bring ruin upon themselves. Let them fear me. Interesting relic from the Empress of a skull trophy. Another head. This is the one. As one stirs the empty sockets of this decidedly human skull, it's not uncommon to experience both fascination and revulsion. It's a reminder for impending death and for some a satisfying deed. There's plenty of these. Again, all this land. Love to go after them. Lest you risk the anger of every single one of them. He dreamt the war to end all wars. 10,000. Now, as a reminder for you people, even though we cannot attack these Solgians, we cannot attack them because they're not Manicheans. For example, yes, you can subjugate if your population's at 10,000. You cannot subjugate other nomads that's of the same rank as you. It would be great to subjugate against these people, but I think we should wait. Wait until he passes. But until then, we completed our raids, and then we should do a subordination war against them. Oh, crud. This is too good to be true. Oh, hell. We're gonna need the army of light over here. Even though they're Manicheans. Nope, they've already been taken. So now they're expanding towards the Pamir region. Stop moving. You do not want to be in the collision course here. They'll suffer a major river crossing penalty, but they have the numbers. Please help. Though you do have the money to hire mercenaries if you wish. Much better. All you need is, again, you need 750 fervor and also all that karma. That's the reason why I've been setting up all that lately, and patron of arts of all that. But I have a bad feeling that things might get pretty hairy here. So we gotta put ourselves in a position. We may be outnumbered. They have lots of cavalry, especially in horse archers. We don't have as much horse archers, but we do have a lot in light cavalry. And I can only hope for the best of our commanders. Which, in fact, we do have. Defender, that's good. And then you have me. Glad you're no longer the marshal anymore, because no longer the Adams Babette anymore, because we need your fighting talent, because we need it for the most part. And for any clans that accept my call, please come immediately. Cannot join the war. Alright, they're here with us. The battle's just begun. It's only him. And obviously calls me evil tyrant. They take in the river crossing, major river crossing penalty, which would hurt their attack and defense from their light cavalry, and same for the horse archers. Well, not as much as the light cavalry. But I'll do what I can. Even though I'm going to be taking more casualties as a center, because that man's a better commander. I'll try to do some tactics, so I'll try to be deceitful. I'll pay close attention. Devastating retreat and ambush. Deceitful harass. Oh, my idea isn't working. Again, we're outnumbered here. Bad, bad, bad. We're getting outnumbered. Now, get out of here. Save your strength. That is always joke. Get out of here. All of you. Ordered to retreat just to try to save some. Well, we've killed some of them. Again, we'll be reinforcing. They don't reinforce. Please come with us. We're trying to pull out. An expansionist emperor. Yipe. Where are those yahoos? You might as well go get some mercenaries. Something to even numbers. Shared Turkic company. Stay put. While we're trying to pull out. Get out, get out, get out! Yet another morning when I wake up feeling as tired as I went to bed. I should do something about my listless mind. Perhaps I need to spend some time alone. Seclude myself in prayer and meditation. Just for a moment at least. I have gained a newfound respect for the Firmans of old. My time spent fasting and praying seclusion has done me good. Zervan has helped me straighten my mind. I resolve to be a better man. Alright. This should be a good enough force to take them on. To your places. And take the scenic route. Again, they want this area. Just as we were on the verge of taking on Volga, Bulgaria. And it does demonstrate how badly outnumbered that we are. As well as the reliance of the possibility of getting the Army of Light here. Has a rebellion. Well, you do want more karma. They say that there are many concerned peasants claiming that their children have been plagued by a nightmares as one. She is obviously a witch. Do what you must. Oh. Religious head himself. I've encountered the Light Keeper, Camille, many times while carrying out my duties for the Army of Light. It's always a pleasant occasion. We can talk for hours, and if the time allows, because he never bores me, while discussions are often lengthy, we always seem to agree on the matters which are the most important. I think this is a friendship. Good day to you, Light Seeker Batan. The infidels never sleep, and neither shall we. Rouse your men's spirit and lead them to a war for the glory of Zervan. So, members of a holy order must attack an infidel enemy. In other words, anyone non-Manichean. And non-Zoroastrian, for that matter. Because of the Mazdan religion group. Damn it, we lost our best commander. That can't be good to anyone. Guess you're gonna have your old job back. Of course you won't. Ungrateful. June 9th. Hang. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Restart. Got 8 days. Moving lock 4 days. Nope. Didn't fall for it. Guess we're going in. Our numbers should be good enough. What the hell? I just realized something. Am I not here still? Well, we're beating them. You dummy. Trying to steal stuff from me. This one, I will not free you from imprisonment. No gold in the world is going to buy you out of there. Because you did an idiotic thing. There, we got him. You remember what we came for. We do have the manpower to recover, so be stationed here, and then we'll take care of things here. Dali established. For decades, lands once ruled by the kingdom of Nanzhao in the region of Yunnan were in disarray, with rival chieftains claiming supremacy over the tribes of various peoples, including the Bai and the Yi. In the region now, however, a man by the name of Don Siping has brought the period of disorder and disunity to an end. Though military might and diplomacy has reunified the kingdom of Yunnan and established the so-called kingdom of Dali. He has initiated cordial relations with the current rulers of China, the Great Tang Empire, and encouraged Silk Road trade to flow through Yunnan once more. How long will this new period of prosperity last for Yunnan? Chances of Bai and Yi courtiers spawning in eastern realms has increased again. Be stationed here until manpower recovery is full. Even though we could increase the size more, but I'd rather have it in reserves. All that population gone. After a long council meeting, my head is filled with the latest expense reports. I let out a sigh, a small feeling of defeat building in me. But Usanbike interrupts my thoughts. I don't know if it matters to you, my lord, but many are grateful for the way you are handling the surplus of men and women here in the palace. It'll lower your intrigue. It lowers your personal combat. Whereas this one also lowers your personal combat, but just go for it. I simply enjoy one's company, dear Wilson. My generous host. Oh, there's something in your hair. I rove my fingers to the place my servants pointed, and lo and behold, some small clump of dirt was there. Wonder how that got there. I'm sure you know where you got him. Do not attack until the army of light is available. as soon as their war is finished. That holy war in Pamir, which they have taken the full objective. I can only hope that they will continue that. They were besieging it, they fought a battle there. They did win the battle, hence the big jump of the war score. Occupy a few more holdings and then we'll be ready to go. As well as the ticking war score up, because they hold the objective. As they're now in Srinagar in Kashmir. Happy with that. 85, so should be a few months now. Oh my goodness. They're not Zoroastrians anymore. They're Zervanites. Something happened to him that made him a Zervanite, and now everybody wants to overthrow him. They refuse to live under the rule of a Zervanite. As a reminder, Zervanism is a branch of Zoroastrianism that believes in the existence of Zervan, the sexless god of infinite time and space, for whom there is no distinction between good or evil. Zervan is the parent of the two opposites, representing the good god, Ahura Mazda, and the evil Angra Mainyu, unlike normal Zoroastrianism, for which Ahura Mazda is the supreme being. Zervanism is further divided by three schools of thought: aesthetic, fatalistic, and materialistic. So what does that make him? What caused him to turn into a Zervanite? Maybe it's that herbat of his. Or something must have happened to him. I don't know. There's this pretty strange development over there. Oh, perfect timing too. Looters have completely destroyed the city of Sakhel. I didn't do it. That was our vassal there. They destroyed it completely. They want to be the new. Yeah, that's because he wants to be the Khan. In the meantime, take off command for a while. And put Tamir there for now. We struck silver. Hold it right there. Good gift. And take this small gift, using it to improve the conditions, or as you please. Be thankful for serving a ruler who has always have a soft spot for the suffering of the peasants. Return now to your province under my protection and gather the fruits of my largesse. Thus I spoke to the peasant leaders that came looking to me for guidance. The joys of charity. This is because I have the charitable trait. That's the real reason, rather than the high stewardship. Glad I took that option. Now let's celebrate Nowruz. This is what I'm here for. Do it for the karma. While they continue to beat each other up. You've seen the text event before. Lead my men to battle. It'll happen sooner or later, but I believe it would be easier to just raid. But they're all in this together. Obviously. Once you reach it, you'll get an addition of 100 karma as a reward. Cruel, stubborn, brave, Della. But sturdy. So he's healthy. And hope those two would get along and have children of their own. If not, then there's bound to be problems. Whereas I have no desire to have children of my own. And neither should you. And neither should he. In fact, look at him. He's a failed murderer. In fact, since he's a failed murderer, that means we gotta imprison him. He tried to kill somebody. I wonder how that works in nomadic succession. You know, it'll still cost you 50 karma no matter what. I'll just say, hey, you're a terrible person. You try to kill somebody. You should join a holy order or go join a monastery. That's a way to solve that problem. Destroy the temple completely. Goodness. So much wanton destruction. Brother, I fear that you will be my downfall. You want to be on the council? You got it. Gotta train them. Just increase that manpower reserve a little more. As much as I'd like to improve this, but it'll cost you. Global movement speed, global trade value. That sounds like a very good idea. A fast messenger system made from a network of checkpoints giving supplies and fresh horses can help relay information quickly over large distances of realm, facilitating reconnaissance, the organization of armies, and trade. I like that idea. But it's good they're killing each other. And we'll come in and take Volga Bulgaria. Guess they accomplished it. Let the army of light recover. Now they're about to take the capital, and that should end. That should be the end of the war. As much as I'd like to come over there and deal with them. Holy War for Levedia. This area. Today, while traveling in the countryside, a bandit or thugs of some sort tried to ambush me, but I defeated the foe with my bare hands. Now he's sitting in my dungeon awaiting punishment. While meanwhile, my court is praising me for my bravery. Well, anyone could have done that. They're about to occupy it soon. 68%. 93% because they took his heir. Won't be long now. Bulger the monster. Bulgar the monster. Whatever. We're waiting for the opportunity to strike. Because soon he's about to take this plot, and then it'll be 100% war score at the most. Unless they could try to liberate some territories. He's moved up. Because he's negative prestige. You may be prestigious and you have the skills on your end, but I fear that you may do something rather not nice. Well, there's an idea. Because I'm gregarious, but I don't have the skills to frame them, otherwise I would look like a bad person. I may have to consider that sometime. Because my father wanted his son, as they call him, the wolf, to be the next Khan. Because they say that that man has a future. And after all, he is my advisor, and he advises me on something. Whatever that might be. %. Must have been a light cigarette for at least 5 years. The Grand Madrasa. The great ruler Caliph Hakim has instituted a great madrasa for the education of his realm. All the promising young men of Islam are flocking to this new center. It must be noted that such a universal institution exists for the will of one person. When they die, will their heirs be able to maintain it? Well, glory to him. Now we got that messenger system here. We can improve upon that again, but bearing in mind, that means we rely less on Nomad tax and more on the silk trade around here. Vishtas of Sogdia. So, what happened? This realm did not split. Free captives. What? Who's my captive? I mean, I understand it was somebody who look again. Tura, that woman. We just do not have the ability. What's going on? Conquest. Again, you need a higher population, but if you want to subjugate them as a whole, you need to get it up to 10,000, which you had the ability to do so, but that opportunity's gone because of that declining population lately. Well, the monthly population growth is going up. It's just some of that's been going to, you know, to the manpower. While we wait for the opportunity to attack Volga, Bulgaria. Well, they've done it, so get ready. 100% war score. Wait for it. After they've been crippling each other, hopefully. He's probably a man to be trusted. Okay. There are many legends about the great man whose blood I share. Particular stories with Secretary Court Lady. It focuses on an epic feat where Sage proves a strength for character. The more I hear, the more I wish to emulate him. Ah yes, the twins. I guess that. I should make my own fate. I've become known for my virtue, finally. Like that would happen. It would be nice to become Paragon, but I believe it's too late for me. Instead, I want to win a war. And we know what war is it gonna be. Just wait for the... Scores 100%, they just haven't signed an instrument of surrender for whatever reason. Ah, there's your reason. The Jamaland are preventing that from happening. Volga is no longer rebellious. And there we go. This is what we wanted. Timur the Wolf. The man who should be the Khan, so says my half-brother. He's the real successor. So I'm happy with those changes. And now from the Light Seeker to Light Keeper. I guess we have to turn our attention elsewhere. Because of Bijama land, which is held by the Vespasian people, preventing us from doing so. There goes my marshal. Someone not related. I have to spend the money on that. My zeal and religious beliefs have become more respected and has given me more prestige. I'll end the episode very, very soon. Because I think we come to realize that war's never going to end between the two. Not until that the Jamaland issue is going to get what they want. The Jewel War, they already have what they want. But now these two will continue to kill each other. But I believe it would be an opportunity to at least try to raid and attack one of their forces, or someone else for that matter. Tell you what. Plus it's going to be Timur's first test. They raided us, so we're going to be raiding them. For a long while now, I've not felt the presence of Prophet Shem in my thoughts. I'm starting to wonder whether there is really any truth to the Evangelion, or perhaps just an old book written by clever liars. These blasphemous feelings will soon pass. Just gotta be more pious. Again, I'm the Light Keeper, leading men in the battle, and by God, you're coming with me, son. I need to be there to defeat these infidels, and then we'll head back to the position for the future in the next episode. Not again with the Volga. Stop! Raid! And now we will attack. That blasted chiefess of her. One day you have to specialize. I hear an old voice. I hear the voice of my old quartermaster in my head. As I look out over the battlefield and the steppe of Tobo, the sight fills me with resolve. I need to find a focus for future battles. But what will it be? Master flat terrain. I am pleased to see you brought divine justice on the infidels. Undoubtedly, they will think twice before retaliating. For Zervan! So we'll raid here and then we'll get back to where we were. I think I have what it takes. Summon the vassals. Failure. Well, he is to blame then. That moron. The highest reward. I did discuss research subject of organizing a high-level meeting between myself and the Archangels. This is a great opportunity to further relations with such a powerful figure, and very good things could come out of it. There's all serious risk if the meeting does not go according to plan. Well, I am zealous. I do have some learning skill, but we'll debate over faith mainly, based on from my experiences and my karma and all that. Do what you gotta do. Oh God, they killed him. Are they done yet? No, they haven't done killing each other. And they're about to lose that piece of territory. So no, they're not. They're fighting back. Which means more stalling for time. So I guess that war for Volga Bulgaria is going to have to happen in the next episode then. I recently read a touching story about a pure-hearted romance between a young man and a woman who had grown up as neighbors and friends. Their virtue and honesty ensured them the hardships so they could be united in marriage. It was an adorable tale about true love. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, let's get the heck out of here and return to here. So, we'll have to end the episode like this. I know not a lot too much happened, but we had quite a succession. And because of Nomad succession rules, it should be Tamir that will be the next Khan. And as he is a member of the Warrior Lodge, and he is already a respected commander in his own right, and he is a warrior. That's just a rank in the Warrior Lodge. So he'll get better at it. He lives a pretty healthy lifestyle. So, and with him being greedy, that would be good for the Nomad tax. I doubt he'll become Patron of the Arts. But that lack of diplomacy there, that could be his possible downfall. But he's got high intrigue, so nobody will touch him. So, no doubt in the next episode, Khan Baton, sooner or later, will pass away. Certainly not from, gluttony. But he'll do what he can. And as well as keeping his fellow clans in line. As we still desire Volga Bulgaria to expand to there, to increase the population as a whole. And then eventually, the possibility of subjugating Sogdia, and in turn get Bukhara and Samarkand. I don't know if I want to settle in Sogdia yet, even though I consider it as a promised land for Manicheans as a whole, and that we be neighbors with other Manichean nations such as Tarim, so that way we could feel protected with one another. I mean, both Sogdia and Tarim are natural allies, because they have a common enemy. And I wish I could help them out, but we're nomads. And if you're not careful, maybe one day we should raid them. There's probably riches and over that. So, the Manichean spirit is still very much alive. So we'll hope to see you in the next episode, but until then, so long for now.